Well, today's the day I told you my dad's on pins and needles. He's in a variable rate home loan right now.
Man.
That I think comes calling in December.
I hope that works out for him.
Yeah, I don't know.
You hear horror stories about those.
I know, but he's been riding away for 5 years and been saving money. So what happens today when the Fed comes down? Will they in fact raise interest rates?
Yeah.
Will they not? Let's see if we can get some clue on that here in the coming minutes. I mean, there's a chance.
If your dad's just one of millions, I would think.
Yeah.
And the interest rates, I remember in my day, I remember when 10% or lower was the benchmark.
Right.
If you could get 10, wow, you were knocking on the market.
Because there were home loans that were 14, 15, 16%, right?
In 1981, Ann and I bought a house, and the interest rates, I believe, were about 17%.
17%, yes.
In Texas, the usury law kept it under 10%, 9.9.
Okay, so that was
we
the most
all paid 9.9 for several years.
Wow, how about that?
Is that right? I didn't realize that we had that.
Texas and Arkansas both.
Okay, but if it does happen, what does that mean for consumers? What does that mean for what those who are in the market to try to buy a home? Let's get a quick answer right now, if we can. Rick Sharga joins us from auction.com. Been in the business a long time. If the Fed raises interest rates today, Rick, what does that mean for the consumer?
It probably is more of a psychological hit than it is an economic hit, to be honest with you. A quarter point interest rate increase really probably doesn't affect consumers in any real tangible way. If you look at the difference in a mortgage, if rates go up proportionally, it's about $35 a month for the average home purchase in terms of a mortgage payment.
But does it mean, though, that we're the beginning of a trend, though? Could we start to see them rise continuously now over time?
Well, that's sort of the trillion-dollar question, isn't it? It really is isn't so much about a one-time quarter-point rate. It's about whether that indicates the Fed's ready to start raising rates regularly. Most of the people I talk to don't really believe that the economy is strong enough to warrant that kind of ongoing rate increase scenario. So probably not something we're likely to see. And candidly, even if they do raise rates, it doesn't necessarily mean that other interest rates are going to follow. The Fed doesn't really set those kind of parameters, and it's up to the individual lenders in terms of what they actually do.
I'm old school. I've been around a long time, buying houses and selling them. Mortgage rates, when you talk about 3, 4, 5, 6%, to me, I'm thinking unbelievable rates. What is your benchmark now when you'll say, no, wait, that's not really a good deal. Wait for it to do something. What is your benchmark?
That's a really good question and a really good point. We're looking at rates today. You're looking around 4% that are near the bottom of rates historically. I remember buying my first house and there were 2 digits on the decimal. Yeah. But having said that, wage growth has been awful for the last 6 years, and has not kept up with home price appreciation. So what's kept the housing market afloat really is this zero interest rate policy. So I think if you get up above 5 points in today's market is where you have a problem. But frankly, the fact that we're worried about interest rates going to 4.25%. Is almost unbelievable.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Rick Sharga, the Executive Vice President, auction.com is the website. Thanks for the input today here, Rick.